In my brain, I feel like I could do it, even though she's not doing that. Hey everyone, it's me Bailey and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 8 of Bookmas. This Bookmas season has been flying by. This has been my first Bookmas and it has been going so fast. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the releases that are coming out in 2024 that I am excited for. So basically I have releases from January to June that I'm excited for. I haven't really seen much about releases that are going to be coming out in the second half of 2024, but these are just a few that I'm excited for that are coming out at the beginning of the year. So I have them in order by date and I'm super excited about these books. I am just going to be kind of talking about them in the order that they are supposed to be releasing. So first on this list is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas, and I don't believe that anyone is surprised that this book is on this list, but this book is supposed to come out January 30th and this is the third book in the Crescent City series. This book I'm so excited for because I just want to know what is going to happen after the ending of House of Sky and Breath. Like, I am just so ready to hop back in this world and just see what's gonna happen. So I'm super excited for this. Me being super delulu, of course, I feel like I can reread Throne of Glass and Crescent City 1 and 2 as well as A Court of Thorns and Roses before January 30th, which not happening, but in my brain I feel like I could do it, even though she's not doing that. The next book that's coming out that I'm excited for is Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and this is her first novel that is going to be like a paranormal romance, and I think this book is between a vampire bride and a werewolf husband, and I think that there are like tensions between like the two sides and like they have to come together to form a marriage for something. I don't know, but I personally love a good fun paranormal romance, so I'm super excited to read this in 2024 and I'm super excited for this book to come out. I'm super excited to read more from Ali Hazelwood. It seems like she is going to be publishing quite a bit this next year. The next book that I'm excited for in 2024 is Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey, and this I believe is a sports romance. I have not read any sports romances from Tessa Bailey. I'm not sure if she has written any in the past, but Tessa Bailey is one of my favorite romance authors, so I'm super excited to be getting this book come next year. The next book that I'm excited for is Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, and this is the 5th Magnolia Parks universe book. Now I'm still in the middle of Daisy Hates. I have been reading Daisy Hates since like June and I still have not finished it. I wasn't ready, I think, to read Daisy Hates, so I just haven't finished it yet, but hopefully I will end up finishing it soon, especially before Magnolia Parks comes out, because I do want to read the rest of the series, especially with the ending of Magnolia Parks. I've been wanting to get to the next installment in the series from Magnolia's point of view, but it just has not happened because I have not finished Daisy Hates yet, but I just have not been in the mood to read Daisy Hates. I just am not like vibing with Daisy the way that I enjoyed Magnolia's story, but fingers crossed that I'll be getting to that one soon, and then that way I can read Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, which I am really excited for come February. Next is Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff, and this is the second book in the Empire of the Vampire series, and I read Empire of the Vampire in 2021 and I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. J. Kristoff's writing is not for everybody, and it did take me a little bit longer to get into, but I really enjoyed the story and I actually would love to do a reread of Empire of the Vampire, but I am definitely interested in reading the next book in this series. The next book that I'm excited for that's going to be coming out is Blitz by Devney Perry, and this is the second book in her newest sports romance series, and I read the first one earlier this year and really enjoyed it, and I am like a sucker for Devney Perry's writing. I just love the way that she writes, so I have been reading almost everything that she has been putting out lately, so I'm super excited to read more from her this upcoming year, so super excited to dive back into the series. Next we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and Abby Jimenez is also again one of my favorite romance writers. I just feel like she does hard topics so well, and so I'm super excited to read this next book from her. I have read all of Abby Jimenez's books so far, and she is an autobiography author for me at this point, so I'm super excited for this book to come out. Plus I love the cover. I think that it's so cute. The next book that I'm excited for in 2024 is The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I believe this is a like companion novel to The Cheat Sheet, which I did read and I enjoyed. I listened to the audiobook. I've actually read quite a few of Sarah Adams books in the past. Her most recent one, Practice Makes Perfect, I have not read that one, but I did read When in Rome, and it wasn't my favorite out of the Sarah Adams books that I've read, but I'm super excited to hopefully read this one and hopefully enjoy it, because I do like the way that Sarah Adams writes her books, so I'm super excited to read her newest book coming out. The next book that I'm excited for is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. We just recently got a cover reveal for this book, and I think that it is seriously so cute. I'm so excited to read this book. I recently read the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver, which is the first books that I've read by Elsie Silver, and I loved them. Honestly, I feel like that was a 5-star series for me, and I just had such a good time reading that I cannot wait to read more from Elsie Silver. The next book that I'm excited for is Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. This is the 5th book in the Boys of Tommen series. I recently read Binding 13 and Keeping 13 over the summer for a video that I was doing where I was reading Destiny Sidwell's 5-star reads, and in the video I ended up giving Binding 13, I think I ended up giving it like 3.5 stars, but I feel like that series, even though the books themselves were not 5 stars, I feel like it is a 5-star series because of the way that it made me feel and the way that I continue to think about Johnny and Shannon months after I finished the series. And I have really been procrastinating reading Joey and Aoife's story just because I am not ready, but I know that in order to read Taming 7 I probably should read their story. But I'm literally so excited for Taming 7. Gipsy was probably one of my favorite characters, and I'm so excited that he is getting a book. I do hate that it is only 1 book compared to the 2 books that Johnny and Shannon got and the 2 books that Aoife and Joey got, but I saw like on Instagram, I think that Chloe Walsh said that all the books here on out, there will only be 1 book per couple for here on out. But I am super excited for Gibbsy and Claire's story, so this is probably one of my most anticipated reads, and I feel like it's probably gonna be a 5-star, but honestly the series is just like a 5-star series for me. The next book is Funny Story by Emily Henry, and I am super excited for this book because I read Happy Place over the summer and absolutely loved it. I want to say that's probably my favorite Emily Henry book that I've read, and I just feel like Emily Henry's writing just gets better, her storytelling gets better, and her books have just become more enjoyable to me as she has released more. So I'm super excited for Funny Story. I feel like I have really high hopes, plus I feel like the premise sounds really fun and like something that would just be a really good time, so I'm super excited for this book as well. Next we have Zodiac Academy 9, and I do not know the like actual title of this book. I'm sure it is like online somewhere, but I just honestly couldn't be bothered to find it. But I'm super excited. I read the Zodiac Academy books. I've been reading this series since last year. I started it early last year and finished it like the middle of this year, and it has been so fun. It is not like the best written series ever or the best written books ever, but the story itself is just so fun and it's just like a really good time, and I have been absolutely loving the series. And so I'm super excited for book 9, and I'm interested to see how everything is going to conclude and how everything is going to end. So I just know that I'm going to be having all kinds of emotions and feels, especially based on things that happened in book 8. So that is also probably one of my most anticipated reads, so super excited for this one. The last and final book on this list is Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, and this is, I think, one of her STEM novels that'll be coming out. This will be, I think, her 4th STEM novel that she has been releasing, but I do not know what this book is about, but I know that Ali Hazelwood wrote it, so I'm going to read it because Ali Hazelwood is, again, an auto-buy author for me, so I am super excited to read this book even if I don't exactly know what it's about. So those are 13 books that I am excited for that are going to be coming out in the first half of 2024 that I cannot wait to read and hopefully get my hands on. Let me know down in the comments if you are excited for any of these books or if you're planning on reading any of these books. I would love to discuss them and what your expectations are for them. I feel like a lot of these books I have pretty high hopes for, so fingers crossed that they actually will live up to my hopes and not be disappointments, but you never know when books are like super hyped up and things like that. But with that being said, I am super excited to get to all these books and read them in hopefully 2024. So that's going to be all for today's video. If you guys liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. I'll have all of my social medias linked in the description, and if you've made it to this point in the video, leave a green heart down in the comment. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.